This morning with the weather warming up a bit this week, more of you might be out enjoying a touch of spring.
And when you and your kids are out and about biking, skating, or scooting, you'll want to make sure everyone on wheels has a helmet. It is so very important. And Tyson White talked to a student doctor about a fundraiser aimed at getting more helmets on our kids.
That's right, Maggie, Justin. The fundraiser's goal is to raise enough money to buy or gather enough helmets for kids in need across the Treasure Valley. Organizer Jordan McAllister is a second-year medical student at the Idaho College of Osteopathic Medicine. She, along with the school's neurosurgery club, wants to make sure kids have the safety gear they need to enjoy Idaho's outdoors safely. They're working with Valley school districts across the valley, that is, to determine which students need helmets. McAllister says being aware of your surroundings is key.
Look both ways before you cross the street. Be cognizant of cars that are driving by, especially for your smaller kids. They may be in the blind spot of a vehicle, but as a wife of a first responder, I know firsthand the importance of helmets. My husband was involved in an on-duty crash a few years ago where that helmet helped to save his life. And while I can't tell parents to have their kids wear a helmet, the best thing we could do is advocate for the safety and share success stories or even tragedies of what happens when you don't wear a helmet.
Associate Professor of Emergency Medicine, Dr. Gary Brandecker, that is, shares McAllister's message of preventing injuries to the head and more specifically to the brain.
I think about the brain as being so sensitive to trauma and injuries. If a child would injure an arm or have a forearm fracture, we could put that in a cast or we can do surgery, and the bone will go on to remodel itself and repair itself to some extent if there is a little bit of angulation, but brain tissue's not like that. The brain is so sensitive to trauma, it doesn't heal very well. You know, the brain will do some remodeling around damaged areas, but it's never quite the same. So we have to really prevent the initial injury from occurring.
The Helmets for Kids fundraising campaign runs through March 14th, and you can donate online at the ICOM student store. And if you have a helmet you'd like to give, or you can drop off those at the ICOM campus off of Central Drive in Meridian. And we'll have a link, for more information though, we'll have a link in this story on ktv.com for where you can donate and get those helmets to kids in need around the valley.
Fantastic, Tyson. Thank you for that.